Move your car so I have space to unload. Move your car so I can reach the next destination. Move your ass so the car won't hit you. I'm hungry but I have no time to stop. I have to pee but there is no toilet. Why is the car not turning on? These are the very basic things that everyone who tries logistic delivery has to face. I've had the fortunate and the unfortunate to work this kind of a job across the years. I still remember one of the first times when my dad asked me to come help move some heavy stuff. I told him that this is actually very fun work. My dad just stared at me and said, "Yes, until you do it for 20 years straight." And to be completely honest, yeah, it slowly but surely started ascending. I would have mostly considered this line of work decent if it paid more. I mean, sure, having all sorts of dumb stories is also cool, but it doesn't always fit with the drama that they sometimes bring. You see, me, while I mostly did package deliveries for companies, we also did house movings. And anyone who has done those or moved themselves just knows the absolute sheer of work the 5 sets of stairs are. Sure, if you walk there once, no biggie, but 20 times while hands full carrying something surely makes you question your line of work. Especially when you realize that anyone can call. And what I mean by that is that some nice grandma in a wealthy neighborhood can call you, or some bum in a dangerous neighborhood can call you. Like, some of the places were just so horrendous. The whole neighborhood looks like a ghost town, and all you can smell is cigarette smoke, alcohol, and sweat. And of course everyone is drunk and constantly on your way. And because they can't afford a normal apartment, they of course don't got a car, so they gotta travel with you. Making sure to put their scent that not even a Turkish car cleaning company can get rid of. My right nostril smells alcohol, and my left nostril smells oil. One of the only reasons why I really got to like this job for the bit of it was that I could do it with my father. We can discuss lunches, on where we're going to the gym, or which girl's tits are punching the best. Now compare that to working with strangers, and it's a whole different ballgame. I once for part of my vocational school studies worked in a gaming store. And I'm not even kidding when I tell you how lonely it gets when not one person there says anything to you for like a whole week. You might think that it was just a workplace, but honestly it wasn't different from a warehouse where I also worked once for school. It's just a Finnish culture, I guess. Eventually while working I decided, okay dude, this worker, she's just standing there. Both of you are bored because you're working in an empty shop on Wednesday morning. So just spark up some convo. Man, these games are really out of order again. I was out here for 1 week and they are like this. Yeah. At least when we're sitting in a car, we can discuss stuff without it being too forced. I mean, we have to because 80 to 90% of the work is sitting in a car and there isn't much to do, especially when you watch the same cities and streets over and over again. Now sure, you might think that you get to see your country more, but it depends entirely on what you're delivering. Truck drivers that I made to just drive back and forth to grocery stores in the capital usually plan to end themselves. Meanwhile, truckers that get to drive on highways and to do different cities are usually more fulfilled. Because nothing is better than watching a tree after tree and a field after field go by as you listen to your Spotify. Well, unless you're in the car with someone else. But that's only if you're an employee. Being an owner of a delivery company is completely different. One war and gas is through the ceiling and all your funds will be non-existent. Let alone when some people just don't feel like paying the bills on time, if ever, and the only hope that you can get them is paying for a debt collection company. Sure, bigger companies like Posti who get government funding aren't concerned about prices, so much so that they often screw up deliveries and force customers to call for other companies, like us. But the funniest thing about logistic delivery is definitely the phrase, "Once misfortune is our fortune." The reason why we will get express deliveries is because something is broken or someone forgot to mention about delivering on time. I mean, thanks to economy, lots of businesses have gone bankrupt, making it so that less and less express deliveries. Thank you, Putin. Another very ironic thing about this line of work is how truly different the days can be. Like some days end in the morning and some end at midnight. Like yesterday we barely got any work and today there's so many deliveries that we have to call all our friends and a different company so they can help the customers. And of course when you least expect it, someone gets injured or sick or then the car just breaks. And guess who's paying for it? Now I can say that I personally enjoy heavy lifting, even the house moving ones, but it has a few problems with it. If you have multiple of them on the same day, every day, you will feel drained every day. Like some days I have to skip gym because I was so close to tearing my bicep and my legs were dead at a Heath Ledger in this hotel room. And since we're on the topic of moving from apartments to another, I gotta mention how good it is not to have to pay anyone to do it for you, or even worse, rent a truck, which from experience I know is a lawsuit waiting to be filed. You're basically at an art museum with all the graffiti on the side. When you press the brakes, the car starts solid like a machine gun. But being able to move for infinitely lower price is a blessing of some kind. I mean, I don't know if it compensates with all the negatives that come from a delivery driving, but at least something, right? Something like maybe the regulations for truck drivers. Did you know that in Finland trucks aren't allowed to go faster than 80 kilometers per hour? 80? The highway is 120 kilometers per hour, and you're saying they have to go 40 under the speed limit. And by the time you realize that the truck ain't moving, no one wants to let you on the fast lane. The only positive I can imagine that a trucker has is flexing how much horsepower one truck can have. Better get used to smelling the smoke when I'm next to your little Mercedes, because I will go past it in no time. And by no time I mean never, because my car weighs at least 5 times as much as yours. Now, do you guys have any great stories to tell? Please let me know down in the comments. And remember, if your customer doesn't feel like paying, you can always put the address on the internet or in the comment section if you want to boost the algorithm.